Phil's at it again. Phil, you can't get it off that easy. Phil Castellini, Reds COO, apologizes again, but this time to Reds employees. Now, this is an article from the Inquirer from my boy, Bobby Nightingale, who's been on the show a couple times here. Says Phil Castellini apologizes to the Reds employees. I let my frustrations get the best of me. Here's some of the article. Bobby Nightingale. That was from Bobby Nightingale. Before the Cincinnati Reds faced the St. Louis Cardinals last Friday, team president Phil Castellini wrote an apology for the second time and apologized to staff members for his comments that overshadowed the home opener earlier this month, which he ruined opening day. He ruined it. I don't think anybody can ever ruin opening day. Phil Castellini did that, and they're not getting away from this anytime soon, I will say. Now, Castellini, son of owner Bob Castellini, and the club's chief operating officer, scoffed at fans' criticism on a radio interview with 700 WLW's. That's the team flagship radio station for the Reds. Before the team's first home game, April 12th. Castellini's comments went viral and continued to draw attention. And the Reds went and lost 11 straight games after that. Now Castellini wrote another apology. Apologized, to the fans, or apologized to the fans. I apologized to his employees. Phil, you got Reds fan. You done it. I've never seen Reds fans this mad in my life. Like all the hate and all the anger that Bengals fans have all turned to you. As my shirt says here, as you can see it, respect Cincinnati. And you didn't respect us. We are a baseball town. We are a football town. We are a great sports town. We deserve better than what you have been giving us the last couple years. And I've said this before on my show. You came out and said you're frustrated. Dude, we've been frustrated with you and your team. I was beyond frustrated last year. You had a team that was fighting their ass off to try to get into the playoffs, and you would not go get them bullpen. It was so blatantly obvious that was a problem last year, and you guys would not go get them bullpen help. Ridiculous. This year, you don't even call. My boy Nick Castellanos, not even a phone call. Like Nick Castellanos said on the Chris Rhodes podcast, as Chris Rhodes put it this way, well, the Reds might not be able to afford you. And Nick's answer was simple. How do you know you couldn't afford me unless you make an offer? The Reds never made an offer. Who knows? Nick might have taken less money. I don't know. He doesn't know. He was never given the opportunity to make that decision. Nick's not saying he would have, but he doesn't know. He might have, but he was never given that opportunity. They're not giving us Reds fans an opportunity to get excited about this team. They've owned the team since 2006. We went to the playoffs 4 times in the entire, now that's the entire state of GABP from 2003 to 2022. 4 times. That's it. And the majority of that time, the ownership was of the Castellini group. We've had rebuild after rebuild after rebuild. Bob started this when he owned the team. First day, I'm bringing championship baseball back to Cincinnati. I'm still waiting for that. Phil Castellini, you're frustrated? You're frustrated. Dude, you want us to show up there for bobbleheads and giveaways, which are great. That's awesome. You remember that cookie cutter stadium we had down at the riverfront there that was a multi-purpose stadium, riverfront stadium? GMBP is 10 times better than that. People showed up to that stadium over and over and over and over again. You know why? Because we had the opportunity to win. 90% of the time that you guys have owned the Reds, we, as fans, do not feel like you're giving us an opportunity to win. And yes, we want to win. The fans want to win. Look what happened to the Bengals. I'll say this over and over and over again. Mike Brown is getting cheered. I'll say this again. Mike Brown is getting cheered by Bengals fans. The man for years felt like it was him versus the fans. It felt like he was out of touch. Felt like he had no love for the fans. They gave us nothing. They gave us a Ring of Honor this year. We're getting excited. We're going to get a practice bubble. We went to the Super Bowl. They're signing 3 offensive linemen to fix the gaping hole we had on our team, which was our offensive line, which is all you had to do last year was go get a couple relief pitchers to fix the gaping hole you had in your bullpen, but you wouldn't do it and you wouldn't spend any money on it. You're frustrated. You're apologizing. It's too late, dude. And the only way to fix this is to win. And guess what? You're not going to win this year. This team is not good enough. It's not good enough. You put this team behind a freaking boulder before the season even started. They have no shot. Yes, we have some good young players. I love Hunter Green. I think Nick Lodolo is going to be great. Jonathan India is awesome. Nick Senzel, if he ever can stay healthy, I think it's going to be a really good player. Tyler Stevenson. Those are good young players. Joey Votto. He signed a 10-year contract. He is getting so screwed. You're not frustrated. It's got to be for Votto, and you're frustrated? Joey Votto wants to win a World Series. He wants to do it here, but you have not given him no shot to win it. And his time clock is ticking. I'm 47 years old. My children have not seen you win a playoff series yet. My son is 21. My daughter is almost 18. They have not seen you win a playoff series yet. I've seen this team win a World Series. I was 15. I'm 47. It was that long ago. But you're frustrated. You let your frustration get the best of you. Welcome to the club. We've been frustrated with you for 15 freaking years, as long as you've owned the team. And you cannot, you cannot go all in 2020, and then the very next year, you're all out, and you're even more out. Well, all of a sudden, we're rebuilding 2 years later when we had a World Series contending ball club. You can't do that and expect the fans to come back. The Chicago Cubs, yeah, they won one World Series, but you know what? They went on multiple playoff runs. And yes, they're rebuilding. They have said they're rebuilding. They're at least sticking to a plan. Your plan was, I don't even know it's rebuilding. It's just you don't want to spend money. That's the thing. We don't know what you're trying to do. That's the frustrating part for us. We have no clue what you're trying to do. We don't know what your plan is. I thought the plan seemed to just get rid of money, to be honest. That's what the plan seemed like. Nobody said we're rebuilding. Nobody said you kept saying we're trying to contend, which is complete bullcrap. We're not a stupid fan base. We know you're not trying to compete. We'll put it this way. You're not putting the players or the team in the position to compete. We know this, but you're frustrated. That's what cracks me up. I apologize. I let my frustration get the best of me. You have no idea how many times we have been frustrated. This is ridiculous. It's unbelievable. I'm so sick and tired of hearing that you're frustrated. You're frustrated. Welcome to the club.